I guess it says playing GTA Online from the German session.
Okay.
When Grant decided to use the sharp rock and edge it on the coconut, I was actually able to smash my coconut open. Just use the flat ground. So let me nice.
Why is Grant Thompson barely even on his channel anymore?
So this one we won't even have to worry about carving out at all. These came right out. So while Nate finishes cleaning out the coconuts, I'm going to go ahead and start on the gummy candy center. We are going to be using some Knox gelatin, some heavy whipping cream, sweetened condensed milk, and some flavor. In previous videos, you guys have seen Grant make Lego gummy candy, and we're going to be using a similar recipe, but we're actually going to be making this even a little bit more solid, and it's going to be opaque, because we want it to taste just like a candy. Measurements for this are really simple. I used about 3/4 of a cup of water, half a cup of heavy whipping cream, half a cup of sweetened condensed milk. I'll be adding a little bit of flavoring, and we'll be adding 3, maybe 4 packets of gelatin. Now that I've got a bit of flavoring boiled, how do we really need this? So because we want this coconut to cure pretty fast, I'm going to be using 4 packets of gelatin in cold water, which I'll be adding to our gummy candy. If you want this
God, you a freaking idiot.
That video with that pigs though.
go kick it around the floor. Nate!
Bryce, you back?
Hello?
Is Bryce back?
This is Bryce.
Ooh, what is that?
Finally, you back. Elijah. Bryce is back, you coon.
What is that? What is that sound? Bro, what is that sound?
Elijah.
Hello?
Yeah. I went ahead and bought PlayStation Plus, so if you need it. Wait, I bought PlayStation Plus, so if you need it, just activate your PlayStation as my primary.
Hey, you actually
When
bought it?
was
Wait,
the
how
last
long? A
time you
month?
bought
Yeah,
PlayStation
just a month.
Plus?
A couple months ago.
Probably years ago.
I just shut the fuck up. You don't even buy with your own money.
It's a dude.
Why'd you change your picture to that
It's
boy?
a dude. PlayStation.
You know y'all coming over here this weekend, and I'm gonna get Resident Evil 2, and we gonna play that mug.
Really? Why
Yeah,
did you come over there?
yeah, for
That's
Granny's
one.
birthday.
Hey, who?
For Granny's
Okay,
birthday.
the networks are down, the equipment is ready.
I already watched the first 15 minutes of gameplay of it, cause of course you know IGN gets to play it. I can't wait. It comes out Friday. I'm gonna rent that mug from Redbox for 2
Yeah,
days.
but
You mean when I beat Resident Evil
who's Michael?
7? That's Isaiah's. You mean when I beat Resident Evil 7?
it's not. I'm not even.
It's obviously you, Isaiah, because I can hear it.
It might be like, no,
The staticky sound?
Do you still hear it?
No.
no. Never mind.
It's back,
Oh, I hear
Isaiah.
that right now. I hear it. I hear it too. It's like, ee. That sounds like somebody PlayStation.
That's your name.
That's my PlayStation.
How is that your PlayStation?
I'm sitting right next to it, and I can hear
We're
it.
not
Oh,
we're
it's-
not hearing we're
Not
not that's
no
not, that's not the type of sound we're hearing, bro.
Alright.
I mean, Isaiah. Take back all the love that I gave you.
Tell me when you hear it again.
All Morse Mutual operators are on call right now. Please try again later.
Oh, Bryce, I was playing Destiny. So I
A while ago.
still have it.
Yeah, I still have it.
Everything feels about the same. Your character have unlimited dodge with the hunter. Remember that? And it's kind of trying to realize what power ability you're having, because it's not blue, orange, or blue. No, I said blue, orange, or purple.
Did you?
So you can't really tell what you're using. You only have 2 things instead of 3. You know how down at the bottom you see your super ability, your grenade, and your secondary grenade?
Yeah.
And then you see your super, which is the yellow line above it. All it is a yellow line and 2 little squares under it.
Really?
Yeah.
Why did they change that?
No, that's how it looks in Destiny 1, remember? Destiny 2 was the first one that had the thing with 3 things. It's kind of hard to get used to Destiny 1. Like, the field of view is small, like you can't see that much in Destiny 1.
But do you think if I saw Destiny 1 downloaded?
No, I asked if you still have Destiny 1. You had it on disc, right?
Yeah, I still have it on the Discord.
Okay.
Don't know if that mug works though.
What, you scratched it up? How? Oh, my hunter surprisingly... You scratched it up on purpose?
No.
Oh.
Actually.
Oh.
Bryce, where do you even keep your disc?
And
Remember, before I had a case, I kept them on top of the PlayStation.
yeah, I'm just sitting on. But yeah, I got back on Destiny 1. Dude, I tried to get into this match. It kept saying 1 out of 6 for the longest. I think it's because it was late at night. But when I switched it to strike, surprisingly, I got into a match with some people. But I kept on expecting. But when I went to the tower before that, I kept viewing everybody's profile, and every time I viewed their profile, they said that I had like of games, and up at the top was Destiny 1, and Destiny 2 was nowhere to be seen. I'm like, dang, there are people who don't have Destiny 2. It's kind of sad. They missing out on a lot.
You know Destiny was free, right?
Yeah, Destiny 2 is free. That's what I'm saying. They probably didn't even grab it while it was free with PlayStation Plus. But that's kind of sad that people are stuck playing Destiny 1. And you could tell some of them don't even have any of the DLC for Destiny 1 because they're stuck at level 32 instead of 40.
Dang, that's what we need that.
Yeah, but I did some of the old strikes. Oh, man, I was getting some good nostalgia. You remember that strike where you're fighting that giant Vex that just goes back and forth?
Probably. Oh yeah, I mean,
yeah, and it's, yeah.
The indigo loot.
Yeah. And then I did the one where you fight the giant hive and stuff. And just going back to the old locations, like seeing, what is that, Venus and stuff, and the different part of Mars that was in the base game. And how the default Vex look, cause you know how in Destiny 2 it kind of revamped the way it looked. They're kind of that grayish color, and this they're brown. And they're kind of smaller looking, and it is so hard to get. I keep getting so confused. Like, all right, so you know how in Destiny 2, right? They implemented this new feature where whatever the enemy shield are, you shoot them with that power type, and it has it does like their shields explode, like it does damage. Feature in Destiny 2, but yet and still all the Minotaurs had this kind of purple glow around them. All the Vex had this blue glow around them, but it was not the way it looks in Destiny 2. It was kind of different. I kept shooting with the same thing, thinking that's what I'm supposed to do, but it was not even doing anything. Oh, and they had elemental primaries. I have this exotic primary. It was one of the adept weapons, and it has void damage. That was the cool thing about Destiny 1. Oh yeah, and I went into private matches. They have way more maps than Destiny 2 does. Like, the amount of maps they have is insane. Yeah, we still got more DLC to come for Destiny 2. That's why. But still, and also you can still go back and spell race. I just started up a spell race and I just did it by myself. It got so boring though, because I was not racing against anybody, so I just left. But I saw some old maps. I remember I saw that big old moon map we used to play on. That, you know, the one that was huge that you could ride around the vehicles on. You remember that one? Oh yeah, you remember that one map that used to be? I think it was like a trials map. It's like you're on Venus. There's this little hut on the side of a facility, and outside is just this like jungle-looking area, and you could go in and out of it. It's hard to explain.
I remember that place. What time is it?
11.
Yes.
Could you start the heist?
Yes, Isaiah. Bro, I just literally had my hand on R2 just driving while I was talking, not even thinking about anything, and now I'm down here by the beach from the city, from my facility. What the heck, how did I get down here? The voice acting in Resident Evil 2 is still bad. It's not any better than the old one.
That's what I was gonna say. When you're playing that demo, it did not.
Yeah, he looked at the monitor. He said, "I gotta find that guy."
Yeah, I gotta help this guy.
No, I gotta help this guy.
And I saw the demo. Like you could play as two different options. You could either choose to play as Claire or Leon in scenario A and B, which is like the first and second part of the game. And I saw this guy was playing as Claire. I saw 15 minutes of it because I didn't want to spoil Leon's walkthrough for me, so I just looked at Claire's because I'm not gonna do her. But there's this part where she walks in this room. And like it's a little guy sitting down on the ground, and he's like holding onto his neck, and he has like a whole bunch of blood on his neck. And he holds it, he like sticks his hand out and points towards the door, and she's like, "Hey, what's wrong?" Oh, what in the world? They did not improve upon this. But no Resident Evil game has good voice acting. Do you remember in Resident Evil?
Did Biohazard not Biohazard?
Yeah,
Was
Resident Evil
it called
7.
Biohazard?
Yeah, Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, the one that was in first person.
That
Yeah,
one
do you
didn't
remember
seem bad.
it, Isaiah? It was a good game, but no Resident Evil game is known for its good voice acting, even if it is made by the Americans. Because the reason that old game, Resident Evil 2, no, the reason Resident Evil 2, that old game, I'm starting with the heist by the way, but the reason Resident Evil 2, that old game where that cop was sitting down on the ground, and remember he was talking.
The party's been canceled.
Just go. He put that gun at her. But I found out the reason that game was so bad. The reason that game has such
The game
voice
did
acting
bad.
is because that's like that game is legendary. Yeah, it might have bad voice acting, but still, that's like a game a lot of people grew up on. But anyway, the reason that game had bad voice acting is because that game was not made in America. You know, if you know, Resident Evil is an American
it's not
game.
English, they translated.
Yeah, that game was made by nothing but Asian people, and when it was translated to when they hired people from America to do the voice acting, they didn't know what sounds good or what sounds bad because they speak Asian, so they just put it in the game, which is kind of
Really?
sad. Yeah, that's why.
Party's been cut
Resident
short.
Evil is not an American game. That was not made by us.
It's
That's
Capcom. Capcom is
yeah, of
like
course.
Chinese.
Look at Capcom. Capcom is, Isaiah, you're not supposed to say Chinese. It's Asian. Asian is everything over there. No, but I'm saying, I'm for
How
real.
am I supposed to know?
No, I'm saying, when you refer to stuff like that, you're supposed to say Asian because Asian is the entire continent. Chinese could be the little B section. When you say
That's
Chinese,
racist, Isaiah. You can't say that.
yeah,
That's
if you say Chinese, that can be considered racist because you just consider them all the same. If you say Asian,
Alright, whatever. Okay,
that's
I
like
get
somebody
that.
calling us Canadian
Okay,
because we're in North America. I'd rather somebody call me a North American than a Canadian. They're all in North America, just like they're all in the continent of Asia. But yeah, it's still on the new one. It still has bad voice acting. She literally said, "Hi, are you okay?"
Hey, don't start doing it because I'm gonna smash us.
Okay.
Who cares?
And then what am I trying to say?
Just wait 3 minutes.
But yeah, Isaiah, Resident Evil 7, the game that was in first person that came out like in beginning of 2017, that game had bad voice acting as well. Cause you remember at the beginning where he was just driving into the house to look for his girlfriend Mia.
Oh yeah, he like. Is this the
Remember
house?
he was on the phone. Remember he was on the phone. He was like, yeah, it's her. I don't believe it. I'm gonna play it for y'all.
Oh yeah.
But so what? I mean, Resident
Capcom is
Evil.
Japanese.
Oh, okay, so Japanese. See, Japan is in the continent of Asia. It's just all the way up to the right. China is in Asia as well. Vietnam is in Asia. That's why it's best to say Asian. But I don't care. I mean, Resident Evil games, they're still like scary as heck. The worst Resident Evil game is that old game. We never did see it, but it came out like in like 2008. It was a multiplayer Resident Evil game. That game did horrible, and it was Resident Evil
Did
6.
Dad ever play Resident Evil?
Dad played
Did
the
Dad
one.
play?
Dad played Resident Evil 2, the one that's being remade. He played the old
man.
cheesy one.
So he plays that game with the bad old voice.
Yeah,
What?
the original. I forgot what he said. I meant to ask him again.
You ever be driving in GTA on like a bumpy road, and your controller vibrates and then it stops, and then your hands be feeling all weird.
No. Not at all.
No.
My hands do not be feeling
Oh my god.
No.
Now I just feel weird.
I don't feel it either. Like,
Can you invite Isaiah? Cause his thing never does pop up for me.
Oh, I'm just doing your session.
Yeah, but so what if Resident Evil games don't have good voice acting? Do you remember all the stuff
how did they
that?
not revamp the voice acting in there? No.
It's better, but
Yeah,
it's
it's
still not
better,
good.
but it's better than that cop sitting on the ground. Man, there's been this incident. Just go.
Like,
Okay, I'll
did he
go.
pull a gun on you?
I know you just
What?
aim that gun at you. But still, just go look on YouTube on your phone. Just type in Resident Evil 2 remake. First 15 minutes. It still has bad voice acting, but it's kind of better. But still, Resident Evil 7 didn't even have good voice acting. I just don't think
The cop in that game, the other cop didn't seem like he had bad voice acting, but Leon, I could tell when I saw that. Like, what?
that's probably not even the company's strong suit is voice acting.
It's their games.
What other games did Capcom make?
Street
Oh my
Fighter.
god.
Oh, yeah.
That was the first thing that came to mind.
Wait, did they not make Mega Man? Never mind, I don't know.
I think they did, didn't they?
Wait, what?
Capcom did make
did.
Mega Man.
Yeah, Capcom made Mega Man.
Yeah. I said, ready up. You already up? But do you remember how many twists and surprises? Do you remember how many twists? See, I kind of like how when I played through Resident Evil 7, because remember I just decided to rent it from Redbox and I haven't seen any of the trailers or nothing for it. Yeah, Granny told you to go to bed, but dude, but I beat that game in freaking 2 days off of one rental from Redbox. I just kept it. Yes, I just beat it 2 days because I was downstairs in the living room.
Right?
I still have not beat Horizon Zero Dawn. That mug is still in my game case.
Don't you have it?
Yes, that game is just, it's way too much to do in that game. Yeah, I bought Horizon Zero Dawn. That game is good though. And it has good voice acting.
Yeah.
It's a Lamborghini.
Of course, nothing could top the voice acting of GTA 5 and Red Dead Redemption. Oh no, that's just straight up annoying.
Idiots!
I said, can you calm down?
Like you don't be doing that with your stupid searches.
I don't even feel like doing this all the time, man.
Well, I'm just trying to drive. You got your cursing way.
You could have went the other way. You know I always go this way where you just go straight. Yeah, you always go the other way.
See, that's why I ran your car over it. Run your Karuma into the dirt. You really hate me.
Anyway, do you remember how many surprises that game had when you were watching me play Resident Evil 7, Isaiah?
Yo, I thought that house that you started in was the main house.
No, that house. No, remember Isaiah, I let you play the demo, and when the full game came out, I just let you watch me play it until Granny told you to go to bed. The demo was weird. You just being those news reporters, those journalists, and dude, I don't know if you noticed, but there was just. I kept asking you, did you see that? It was literally a ghost standing in hidden areas throughout the house. I was like, how did you not see that?
Oh yeah, it was.
And then I went back and showed you the video.
In the basement, right?
Yes, when you look down in the basement, over to the left or right, you can see those two nasty looking pale white feet just standing there. I was like, you did not see that?
They just appeared for a split second.
And when you turn and look back, it wasn't there anymore. But I hate that when a full game came out, they didn't put the ghost back in it.
All nasty and stuff.
Yeah, you opened up the refrigerator. But dude, when I played that, do you remember when that cop was at the window? He shot the flashlight. He was like, "What is going on in there?" I'll meet you in the garage or something like that, and tell me what the heck's going on in there. Remember when you went in
Oh
the
yeah,
garage?
you got a shovel.
No, listen. You remember when I went in the garage? You were just talking to the guy, and he was asking you. Remember? No. Just listen. Remember when you were in the garage talking to him and the garage started getting lit up by itself? He was
Oh,
like, who's
yeah,
doing
yeah.
that? And he turned around. He said, let that garage back down. He just saw him walking behind him and stab him in the head with a shovel. It lit this dag mess, scared the crap out of me. Dude, just playing a game without knowing what to expect, that is the best. He just shoveled the top of that guy's head off.
Oh, and he pushed it.
I wish I could have experienced Red Dead Redemption because I wanted to go back and finish it, but I already know. Oh, Arthur Morgan dies.
I found out
Go to the other dude.
I found out because someone told me.
You said you didn't care for him, so.
Yeah, I didn't. It was a joke, man.
We really shouldn't have did that because Rockstar ain't making another game for the next 8 years.
Wait, are you done?
You know how they are. A game every 8 years.
Look at his buddy because he got shot. Bryce, you happy that you got a raise now?
Alright, get ready to hit the table.
I'm already I can hear you shooting the top over
Hit it.
You know that dude died. He was stuck in the.
No, every time I'm done interrogating, I be shooting him with this little up and atomizer. His body just flops in the cage.
Wait, you can kill him after that?
Yes, I know. I be killing him with the up and atomizer.
Wait a minute! Wait!
Here go Bogdan. All of these dudes are bald. Wait, what?
Looks very much like you have wrong end of shit.
When I back when I played Resident Evil 7, I was just so scared. That one part where you went down to the basement of the house, I just did not want to do the part. The creepiest parts when you were fighting the wife. And remember when you had to go out to her garden and she was crawling around on the ceiling. She had them long arms and legs, and like in between her dress, it was just that big old hive-looking sack she was carrying around. Ooh, it was flies all over the place. Dang,
what was the dad's name?
I forgot what that dude's name was. You remember the son? His name was Lucas. The one who set up them death traps.
Weren't you being him in the DLC?
No, you weren't. You killed him in the DLC.
No, what was that when you were in the house and you had to find the clues to get through the house? What was that?
Oh yeah, when it was black and white and you had to go in the room, you had to turn the pipe and it was a balloon and the balloon blew up and it got big and it popped out and you had a nail in your hand.
I thought you were being Lucas when we did that.
No, you were being another survivor dude. They switched you from Ethan to some other dude who you had captured a long time ago. But remember when you had got stabbed in the hand by that needle and you pulled it out? I think it was something like where the room was filling up with fire and you had to hurry up and figure out what to do.
Caught on fire, you had to get out.
That puzzle was hard to do because that game doesn't explain jack.
It's like half. I mean, not half.
Yeah, I like those games where you don't see. Black Mesa is a remastered prequel. Black Mesa is the first one. You know another game I never did get to experience, but I just have it sitting on my computer? Portal 1 and 2. I want to beat Portal 1 and 2.
I play too much Gary's Mod. I need to play Half-Life.
Before I play Half-Life, I want to beat Portal 1 and 2. I just haven't gotten back to doing it. You know Portal 1 and 2 are hard, right? Like you seriously gotta think when you're playing that game. You know who GLaDOS is, Ozea?
GLaDOS?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that robot.
That robot, that creepy looking robot that hangs from the ceiling.
Oh, that's something. Oh yeah, I remember the black one with the red eye.
That game, Half-Life, since it has no blood or nothing in it, you know that game is rated E10 for everyone.
It is?
Yeah, because it's nothing but robots and you're just jumping through portals. But if you really think about it, that game is really, it's really scary as heck. But the reason Half-Life is good, and the little zombies eating people's head off. Now you know what else I want to play?
Why don't they make a third version of it?
They need to make a new Dead Space. What can I?
What the freaky? Watch it. Go boom. You know that term of zombie go boom? Are you finished, Granny?
What's wrong with my character? What the heck?
Oh.
Hold up. I fell off. Stupid character.
Oh my god.
Never mind. Just go. Get to the Avenger. Get to the Avenger. I didn't say y'all. I said this is stupid. Y'all on the wrong
side. No, we're
side.
gonna be stuck. Oh my god.
Two boys stranded.
We got another just stay.
Stay over there. I'm coming.
No, get out of that. Just please get out
Shut
of
up.
it. You're gonna get it messed. Lad, what are you doing? No.
Come over here.
What? Stupid. He's gonna get the Avenger destroyed. Look at him, for lad. I swear, if you get the Avenger destroyed, it's so bad. Look at him, he actually did it. Snatch him out of the plane. Hold triangle, Bryce. Make him get out. Hold it.
Get your dirty paws off me. Why does the screen do that pathetic little camera cut?
I'm saying, like, why can't your character kill himself and get it pulled out so slow? Oh no. How does he even get
I'm gonna get chopped.
No, get away from the propellers. What's like 3 planes?
It could be for your tight stuff.
Oh, God.
What? This glitched out. What in the world? Where am I, Isaiah?
You press right on the D-pad.
No, what the heck? I'm like in the tail of the Avenger, but I'm not. Come in my room. Oh,
Your
crap.
character just disappeared.
Wait a minute. Are y'all flying?
Wait, what? Bryce, do a barrel roll.
No, Bryce is gonna kill me. I'm just gonna smell some snacks.
What?
Are you kidding me? I can't even pull up the menu. I'm gonna die.
You're gonna die.
No, what in the world? Why am I just flopping around the back?
You're dying.
Yes.
Oh,
No, not really. Is that my blood?
No.
I can't.
You can't even go first. Oh.
I can't just like literally.
Wow, I'm into
I'm not in the hole. You know. I said you must not know how. You must not know how GTA Online works.
Still out the plane.
I did.
Wait, what? We just showed you falling out. Wait, you're on top. Come in, Maru. Come on. Come in, Maru.
Excuse me.
Bryce. Where did you go? Bryce. You don't see Elijah on the back of the plane?
What? I fell out. I said I fell out, but I parachuted. I parachuted. I'm good.
What the?
I fell out.
Go get him. What in the world? That's the weirdest glitch ever.
I'm saving that clip.